one of the bigger mistakes that I probably made. I mean, I guess we'll look back someday and see if it was really a mistake in the long run, but I got a patent on the product, and that kept, you know, competition at bay for many, many years. But eventually, I was challenged by a competitor because we'd actually proven that they'd infringed our patent. And I guess the mistake that I made is that at one point I could have probably, you know, settled this dispute with probably, you know, $50,000 or $60,000. This guy just kind of wanted to pay off, like, pay me and I'll go away, and I'll quit bothering you, and I'll quit, you know, stealing your process and all that. Well, to me, it was just the thought of it. I just couldn't bear the thought of paying this guy. It's like someone breaking in your garage, tripping and breaking their leg, and then you have to pay for their doctor's bills. And that was kind of the way I looked at it. But what I learned is that justice doesn't always prevail. So after many, many years of spending my time and energy, you know, fighting this, and also spending millions of dollars on attorney's fees, neither one of us won. The only people that won were the attorneys. And so I think what I learned is that, you know, if you have differences, you probably want to go ahead and deal with them, possibly in other ways. But the main thing is to not get distracted with a lot of negative energy. I'd rather keep my energy focused on the positive things like new products and increasing market share. I'll go back several years. We had a chance to work with McDonald's. We were actually approached by some of their franchisees in San Francisco, and they wanted to put Dippin' Dots into their restaurants. Well, I knew we had a problem because we had a franchise system, and our franchisees, you know, even though legally we could put product anywhere that we wanted to, our franchisees only have exclusive rights for 30 feet outside of their front door. But on the other end, you don't want to really say, you know, hey, we're going to sell you product here, and then McDonald's is going to be on every street corner. So we approached it like a test market, and we did a 6-store test. It worked real well. We did I think we went from 6 stores to 20 stores to 80 stores to, you know, 250 stores, and eventually we were in 800 McDonald's. And that was pretty exciting because the next step was 3,300 McDonald's. So I think the decision to pursue that was a good one because it really added to our bottom line and our volume for a couple, 3 years. But then what happened is that we made that classic mistake of, oh, we're getting ready to go to 3,000 locations. Let's build onto our plant. So we ended up spending about $4 or $5 million building onto our plant before we had the business because we wanted to be in a position to take advantage of that. But then McDonald's actually had a change at the CEO position. They also went back to their basics of, you know, clean restrooms and hot hamburgers. Let's get rid of all the stuff we're trying out here, which was actually a good decision for McDonald's, but it was a bad decision for Dippin' Dots because we got pushed out with everything else. So what I learned from that was that it's great to pursue something and to go for the volume, but you also don't want to put all your eggs in one basket because when that business went away, it really hurt. Early in the business, we had a situation where I knew that our product had to be kept at much colder temperatures than regular ice cream. It's not that the ice cream goes bad, but if you want the little beads to roll around, you have to keep it at about 40 below zero to maintain that. So we knew that everywhere we went, we had to have an investment in equipment. So because of that, we decided, well, we need to go where there are a lot of people. So we started looking at state fairs, amusement parks, and things like that. So I think we made a really good decision to make that our course of business. You know, in other words, if we're going to go into Six Flags Park, we're happy to invest in the freezers and the kiosks and things that it takes to do that business because we need to sell $2,000 or $3,000 a day from each kiosk to make the business work. I got lucky with that approach because really what happened over the years is that we found that that's the best way to build a brand. You know, to see your product in a theme park or in a very high traffic or a high a touristy type place, it's a great way to build a brand. A lot of companies pay to be in that position, and we did it out of necessity. So we kind of got lucky. We didn't really know what we were doing at the time, but it ended up being a great marketing decision at the end of the day that we were to place our product in those types of high profile locations.